Hey friends, and welcome. And in this video we will be looking at sets. So this is us basically starting math from the scratch, like we are literally starting to learn about math. So let's forget about numbers, let's forget about addition and subtraction, and let us just start math from the beginning of math. So in this video we'll be looking at sets. So this is for specifically for you guys that are preparing for your grade 7 examinations. For you guys in grade 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah, so up to grade 7. So for you grade 5s, grade 6, grade 7s, this video is specifically made for you. So we are just starting to learn math from scratch, and we will get to understand more about math. So let us get into learning. So we are looking at sets. So what is a set? I believe you've heard this word before, and it shouldn't be a totally new word. So when we talk of sets, we are simply talking of a collection. So a set is simply a collection. When we talk of the word collection, we're simply talking of a group of things that have been put together. Okay, so grade 7s, grade 5s, grade 6, we are talking of a group of things put together. Basically, that's what we mean when we say a set. So what things can we put together? Or what groups can we make? We can make a number of groups of different things that have at least something in common. So an example of a set is what you are wearing right now. You are wearing clothes, so we can say a set of clothes. So you might have a jumper on, you might have a hoodie on, you might have a cap on, you might have a shirt on, you might have a trousers on. So that is a set of clothes that you are wearing. Or we can talk of a set of clothes that you own. Okay? And we can come up with a lot and lots of different types of sets. There are countless numbers of sets. So another example of a set that we can think of is a set of letters in the alphabet. Okay, we've got A, B, C, D, E, F up to Z. That is a set of letters in the alphabet. You can also think of a set of colors on the rainbow, right? You can think of a set of cars, a set of motorbikes, a set of games, and a set of different things. So a set is simply a group of things. A set is simply a collection of things that have been grouped together, and these have a certain property in common. Okay, so are we moving together, grade 7s? Okay, so we've said a set is simply a collection. It's simply collection. Okay, so as you can see here, we've got an example of a set. We've got a set of clothes. We've got a jumper there, or that's a hoodie. We've got a cap there, and we've also got a shirt there. So that is a set of clothes. So now let's talk about how these sets are represented, how they are written down, how you can write down a set of things, and how someone will be able to identify to say this person is talking of a set of things that have something in common, or just a collection. So in mathematics, when we talk of set notation, we're simply talking of how sets can be represented on paper, how we can write down a set of things on paper or in a book. So there's a fairly simple notation for sets. So we simply list each element or member, and then we separate each element or member by a comma. So for example, we've got this set that we have here. We've got 3, 6, 9. We've got 3, 6, 91. And each of these elements are separated by a comma. You can see the comma right there, right? So each thing that is contained in that set is known as an element. And I bet you've noticed something else. Apart from the comma, we also have these things that look curly and look funny. So these are what are known as braces or brackets. So when you hear the term brackets or braces or curly brackets, you should remember to say we learned of this word in sets. So when we talk of brackets, we are simply talking of, don't know if they're looking something like that. Yeah. So we have something like that at the beginning of that set, and then we also have it, we have another one facing the other direction at the ending of the set. So now what I want you guys to do is get a piece of paper, get a pen or a pencil, and try to draw, try to write down these brackets, these curly brackets. So just practice on how you can write these curly brackets. So here is how I write them down. So I want you to follow the way I'm going to write mine. So you start from there, bring it outside, and bring it inside like that. And to close the other one, you do the same. Well, mine looks funny. Let me redo that one. So sets are a fundamental and they are basically a foundation of math. You're going to find sets in almost every math that you're going to do from here till you go to grade 8, till you go to grade 9, 12. Even as you go to university, you will be dealing with sets. So we're practicing on how to draw the brackets, the curly brackets. So that's how we draw that one. And for this one, simply a curly bracket that is facing the other direction. Something like that. So you can get a piece of paper and practice as many times as you can till you get the curly brackets right. So curly brackets simply indicate the beginning of a set and the ending of the set. So you've got one which is indicating the beginning of this set. So you've got this one which is showing to say this set begins at this point, and then we've got this other one which is showing to say this set ends at this point. So now grade 7s, what I want you to do is get a piece of paper, get your piece of paper, get your pen, and I want you to write a set of numbers from 1 to 5. So remember, to show that your set is beginning or is starting, you need to first indicate with this type of a curly bracket, which is facing the right, which is open towards the right. Then list down the elements, which you will have as 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And these elements will be separated by commas. Okay? So each element will be separated by a comma. And
Mom has 3 numbers.
So each element will be separated by a comma. And at the end, once you write down the last element, you indicate that your set has ended by using this type of a curly bracket. So what I want you to do is write down a set of numbers from 1 to 5. So you can pause the video and write down a set of numbers from 1 to 5. Okay? So having given it a try, here's how we do it, and we will do it together. So remember, to show that your set is beginning, you first start with write in your brackets, right? And let us first identify what elements will constitute this set. What elements will be in this set? We've got number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, right? And we said each element will be separated from the other element by a comma. So we're going to have 1, comma, 2, comma, 3, comma, 4, comma, and 5. So 5 is the last element. And what follows after the last element? We close the set using the same type of curly bracket that is this time facing the other one. And that is how we write a set of numbers from 1 to 5. So you can have different number of sets, different elements, different number of elements. Some sets have elements that are 5, as shown in this example that we've done together. Some sets have elements that can go up to 15. Some sets have elements that can go up to 1000. And some sets have elements that are infinite. Do you know the meaning of this word? Well, this simply means they are countless. They are a lot. There are too many that we can count. For example, if I was to tell you to say, write down a set of numbers that end, write down a set of numbers, okay, delete that. For example, if I was to tell you to say, write down a set of vehicle number plates in Zambia. Well, you can't write all of them down because we don't know how many there are, so there are a lot of them. And then there are some sets which are finite. Yeah, so there are sets which are finite, which have a determined a standard number of elements. For example, numbers from 1 to 5. This one has finite number of elements, which are 5, which are 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. But then there are other sets which have a lot of elements that we just can't list them. So whenever we have a set that has too many elements, too many elements, you will notice to say, for example, if I was to say, list down or write down a set of numbers from 1 to 15,000. I bet you can't write all of them down from 1 to 15,000. So you would actually show that by writing a set of maybe 1, 2, 3, and then you'd have dots, 3 dots like that. So these 3 dots are simply telling you to say this set does not end here, but it continues till a certain point, or maybe it's infinite. It just continues and goes and goes and goes on. Okay? So grade 7s, today we've learned about sets, and we've learned that the members or the things that are found in a set are known as elements. And in set notation, we've learned that to represent the elements and to represent the set that you would have curly brackets, these brackets, and you'd have the elements listed inside those brackets, and these elements would be separated one from each other by commas. So in this video, this was just the beginning and an introduction to sets, and this is a very fun topic, and I hope to see you in the next video. Thank you very much.